morning. It's 5:30 and I am headed to Cahokia. Try saying Cahokia. It's a really cool word. Cahokia. It's going to be about 2.5 hours to drive, and I'll explain more what Cahokia is and show you when I get there. See you soon. So what is Cahokia? Cahokia is a city. Not a city with tall skyscrapers and lots of cars. This is a city that was built a really long time ago. This city was in North America. Who lived there? Not Russians, not Americans, not Burmese, not Mexicans. Native Americans lived there. If you're thinking about the first Thanksgiving with Native Americans, you're on the right track. When the Pilgrims first came to America, the Native Americans already lived there. They already knew how to grow food, how to hunt, and so they were the ones to help the Pilgrims learn how to survive in the New World. You might think of Native Americans like people who live in teepees. You're right, some Native Americans live in teepees, but there are many kinds of Native Americans. Just like in Burma, some people speak Chin, some people speak Karenni, some people speak Karen or Zomi. There are many different kinds of Native Americans too. And the kind of Native Americans that we're talking about today and who lived in Cahokia were the Mississippian Indians. The Mississippian Indians lived in Cahokia. Are in St. Louis, and pretty close by is going to be Cahokia, just on the other side of the Mississippi River. There's the Mississippi River. And if you read the book Journey to Cahokia, that's what the little boy with his dad was traveling on, that river right there. I don't know if you can see that road sign, but it says Cahokia. So I'm finally here at Cahokia. I think it took me about 3 hours to drive. I got a little bit lost. And here's a sign that's going to tell me more about Cahokia and the Native Americans who lived in Cahokia. So I'm going to go check it out. There it is, Cahokia. That's the word right there, Cahokia. And this is what the city looked like when the Native Americans lived here. And this is their most important place in their city. Here's another picture of that. This is called the Mound. Here's another picture of the mound. So you can see that the Mississippian Indians rode canoes, that the little boys traded shells, and so did the dads. So this mound is actually right there. What is a mound? It's a pile of something that looks like a hill, like a mound of laundry, a mound of pillows, or it could mean a lot of something. I have mounds of laundry! Or you could say, I have mounds of homework, but that doesn't mean piles. It just means, I have a lot of homework. If you're at your friend's house, their mom might say, I have mounds of cooking to do. that means she has a lot of cooking to do. So, mounds can mean a pile, or mounds can mean a lot. So I found some more mounds, but this monk's mound, definitely the biggest. It's so hard to believe that the Native Americans really lived like here. So I'm trying to imagine them building their houses right by this mound, which they themselves built, Monk's Mound. I'm finally at Monk's Mound! In order for the Mississippian Indians to build Monk's Mound, they had to carry 14,666,666 baskets of soil. Some soil was dry, because this helped them build some parts of the mound the best. They used this soil to build all of that. But in other places of the mound, they used more wet soil because that also helped them build a very strong mound. So up on top of the mound, it was so loud because of the wind you couldn't hear me. But I was trying to point out where the city called St. Louis was. And there it is. You can see it from all the way up there. One of the signs I read said that the most important Native American king, the Native American chief, said that he's actually buried right here in this place on the mound because he was so important. That's where they chose to bury him, at the very top. Maybe they did their dances here. Now watch me whip, watch me nay. Now watch me whip, watch me nay. Now watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me. Nah. Why do you think the Mississippian Indians chose to live here? Well, the big line next to my finger that's blue is the Mississippi River. And at some times in the year, the Mississippi River would get so much rain that it would flood and there would be water everywhere on the ground. Now, why would water being everywhere be good for the Mississippian Indians? Well, you might have guessed that water helps crops like corn and other food grow so that they can have their city, Cahokia. After I climbed Monk's Mound, I went to the Museum of Cahokia. There I saw small little plastic dolls that showed you what the Mississippian Indians used to do. I saw a real life-size canoe made out of wood. And there was even a life-size village where plastic big dolls showed you what life was like for the Mississippian Indians, and even what kids did. Here you can see how the Mississippian Indians used clay to make pots. Maybe you did that in art class. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to make Play-Doh, which is like clay, and we can make pots. I hope you liked traveling to Cahokia with me. Remember, the Mississippian Indians lived in Cahokia, and they built Monk's Mound, which is the tallest mound in North America. No mounds here.